Site B. Think Hermitcraft, but like not. Also, I don't know anyone on it, as opposed to Hermitcraft, which I am quite a big fan of. That's sort of the center of this video. I know 0 people on the server, and I wanted to change that, which led me here. But let's talk about how, because that's usually what precedes the story. So I made this short, which a lot of people really resonated with. It had a lot of people commenting their understanding this feeling that comes with life, that being an inevitable decrease in Minecraft playing when everyone goes on and does what they actually want to do with their lives. I am one of the people, though, who kept playing because this is what I want to do with my life, while everyone else went on to find out what their passion is. And that's completely fair. They have really cool stuff they're doing. But it got real lonely on the old Minecraft server. So, with the fresh wind of 141 likes, I flew to Planet Minecraft in search of a genuine, simple Minecraft server. I wanted a Hermitcraft, I'll be honest. That being said, according to this person, I had everything I needed to audition for the real thing. Unfortunately, my abysmal upload schedule and lack of unscripted content led to a bit of apprehension in my application. But, mark my words, one day, I'll do something cool like that. I will. For now, though, we have Site B. Described as Hermitcraft-like in nature with only adults, it seemed like a pretty good deal. It even had an audition process and everything, one that would take multiple days to review. I mean, that's the big league stuff. I was excited, I'll admit it. I sent in my heartfelt paragraph describing the feelings I tailed in my short and how I wanted a thing to truly be a part of. And afterwards, I just sort of sat on my couch and processed. They literally said it would take multiple days to review, so you know they're going to do some intensive stuff to it. I'd truly be riding this anxiety for a long time. Did I get in? Did I make a typo? Was that commenter right, and should I have just sent my application to the hermits right away? Okay, I knew that one wasn't true, but what I didn't know is that this little byline was a total lie. They responded in like 5 hours, maybe. And I got in! Yay! Nice! Site B, here comes a Gwen-sized problem. No clue what happened to Site A, but like those guys are probably a bunch of losers anyways, so eh. First login took me 20 minutes. And it's not because of lag, it's because I was so scared. So the recent trend in Minecraft servers is OpenVC. It's not required on Site B, but it is the main channel of communication. I had it immediately, meaning I could log in and right away get pulled into a conversation with people I have literally never met. I also don't know the server like that well. I don't know anybody on it. I don't know what's going on here. But nerves aside, I locked in and hit join server. Immediate welcomes were thrown in the chat, which was fantastic, but after that, nothing. And I was content, as I was far too busy ogling. What? I didn't even start voting yet. Why? What is what the heck? Underwater arena? Huh? What? What? I'll be there one day. I'll be there one day. Wow, my glob. So much of this video is gonna be me ogling, cause oh my glob. Look at that. Whoa. It's an arch. Holy crud, these guys are the big leagues. Look at this thing. How? I literally said in my application, I am not the best at much, but this? What? I am a baby. I am a newborn. I know nothing. And similar to a newborn, at the first sight of anything, I either cried, gasped, or wriggled like a fish out of water. What? Where am I? Where am I? Please. 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 Downtown? Where? What? The outpost? Predict your loyal friend. Oh, wolf armor. Wow, this is so pretty. Oh my glob. Okay, chicken shop. Oh my gosh, is this Steve's lava chicken? He's lava chicken Steve. Okay, what's the castle? I gotta know what the castle's all about. Nothing right now. Gotcha. I heard sounds coming from the basement. Whoa. 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 That's creepy. Got people doing like mountains and stuff. That's cool. Wow. I still have no idea where I am. Fortunately, VC had a mute feature, so that is how I stayed for the first couple days. I turned off eventually, though. Surely. My mic stayed muted. I just couldn't talk. I had to set up a house way far away from most people because I didn't know how the land game worked. I was also so terrified of literally any interaction with anybody. There were a few vague attempts at conversations, but nothing ever came of it. I needed something. I've always needed a jumping point for meeting new people. It's what I did in high school to meet the amazing people I know now, back when I was just a box on a screen in a Zoom meet, because it was truly the only way to get noticed in my head. And this is just like that. I need something that makes my face noticeable in a crowd. Wait, what's that? The server-wide enderdragon fight is in 2 days at 4 p.m.? Oh my glob, that's perfect! I'll use my expert skills to slay the dragon single-handedly, get crowned queen of the server, and all crested in the best armor anybody has ever seen. Is that netherite? Okay, so another note is that this season of Site B, Season 3 specifically, was well past started, if you couldn't already tell by the copious picturesque builds. And that meant everyone outclassed me on armor. I had no possible way of getting up to their level in this time. I am also not good at this game, so like even if I had that armor, nothing would really come of it. So what does a Gwen do when she cannot be the best at something? Simple. She becomes the worst at it. Everybody remembers the best play of the game, but everybody loves watching the player who poops themselves while diving for the ball. I will be the poop player. It will be me with poop in my pants. But how, you ask? Simple. 1,500 cobblestone and nothing else. This was the plan. I would go into the fight with nothing. No tools, no armor, no bow, and no anxiety about losing my stuff. I will mine cobblestone for hours beforehand and bring only that. I will then enter the end dimension, pillar up, and punch the dragon in the face. I knew I wouldn't kill it, but I would be seen, even in death. It was perfect. No real material cost, no risk, all the reward. I even needed a tunnel to make my way to the shopping district, so this was the perfect excuse to dig. All I needed now was to properly prepare and give myself enough time to mine so I'm not panicking. Ah! Okay, I had enough time. I knew I did, but jeez, did I cut it close. Still though, 1,504 cobblestone was collected, golden carrots were bought, and thus I made my way to the end portal. This was terrifying. To be clear, my mic was still muted during this, but I almost turned it on when I got there, so that's something. There was breakout groups in the VC mod, and I was worried nobody could really hear me when they were in them, so I just kind of used them as an excuse to awkwardly sit around waiting. But enough lollygagging. Dragon fight. Well, I had this whole dramatic thing planned, but I lost the footage at the beginning of the fight. Of course, storage ran out right when it started. But fortunately, my other series has trained me a lot in the art of replay mod, so I'm gonna quick do a reenaction. I stood there, at the top of the pillar I had just made, and wondered, for a moment, what I was doing. That simple moment allowed anxiety, its space, to talk. It dug into my neck, cold, chilling. How the heck could I pillar up to the dragon soon enough? How could I make it as funny as possible? Would they even care? Was this even a good idea? What if I'm actually blocking their arrows? What if they think this is stupid? What if I am making this harder for everyone? I thought these thoughts were going to eat me alive. If not for the miracle. The dragon hovered just in front of my path. I pushed it all aside and strutted up, confident. The first ounce of confidence I had truly felt on this server. And swung. I fell. Not a failure. I fell into the arms of my fellow men, not a failure, but instead a winner. I had succeeded. They saw me. Yes! I did it! I pooped my pants! Woo! The rest of the fight went very similar. I died multiple times, one time to the actual mod of the server, and in the end, I didn't get the kill, but hearing people laugh just filled me with everything I needed to do. Just hearing people laugh absolutely filled me with relief. So much so that as vision was restored, I did something I would never expect myself to do, and I followed a caravan of people I have never met along to the outer ends. And even more than that, I actually interacted with them. We talked. I met Lily and Mike, and it was great. I was expecting to be left back on the island, but then I realized they wanted me there. I got to go along end busting with them, and we talked even more. Granted, it was an absolutely painful 2 hours of hunting for absolutely nothing, but I was loving it, and so were they. I did it. And best of all, when it was all said and done, I was invited to stay at their house. Like, we did it. I did it. I like fully talked and like met people and I got friends. I got their Discord. So they were really into Harry Potter. And you know, as a trans girl, that's always a bit of a worry moment. But it's fine. We're gonna assume they're the cool kind. I respect liking the franchise. I just, you know, a little bit of a mean creator. I have never read the books or watched much of the movies, but I did play the Lego game to 100%. So basically a pro. As long as nobody brings up the quotes, because all I really got from the game was... So yeah, I'm officially on Site B now. I'm going to make a short about my thoughts on how actually genuinely easy it was to find a server, as well as the anxiety surrounding it, but suffice to say that if you are like me, and all your friends are off doing incredible things, but you want your own incredible thing to be this game, then please, go out and search. I'm only a week into this server, and I don't know if it's perfect, but as long as you genuinely want to do something cool, you can find a place to do it. This is gonna be that place for me from now on, and I feel great about it. I am going to be living in the attic of people I met today, fresh poop in my pants. So yeah, expect more content from the server soon, and I guess I can genuinely say this, I'll see y'all next episode. And to end this, I'm just gonna say I'm proud of myself for doing this. I'm proud of myself. I did it.